But then you get to turn into a werewolf.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Was there werewolf training? Mm-hmm. I'm being serious.
No, I'm serious too.
So they go to train. You go to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you gotta.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Emma Myers says she had to train in order to wolf out before filming Netflix's hit series Wednesday. On Wednesday's episode of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, the 20-year-old actress who plays Wednesday Addams' colorful, outgoing, and werewolf-born roommate, Enid Sinclair, opened up about the, quote, werewolf boot camp she was required to attend.
We did this werewolf boot camp one time because there's episode 6 where the parents come and all the family comes. I had 4 or 5 brothers, and they really had to get them into the werewolf spirit. Yeah. So they asked me to come in and do, werewolf boot camp, and I was like, okay, what does this mean?
Boot camp.
And so I walked. Yeah, it's like.
Professionally, people do this.
Oh.
For a living.
They like.
Werewolf boot camp.
I've never done so much parkour in my life. It was me like.
I'm assuming.
Running on the floor on all fours, leaping
jumping
over things.
Flipping over things.
We had these stunt guys pretending to be sheep, and we would like crawl around them in a circle.
Mom, were you there on set for this? Mom, I just want to make sure. This is legit. Oh my gosh.
Emma definitely saw the funny side of all the training though, as she pointed out that anyone watching the werewolf boot camp would have been very confused.
I think anybody who was walking past
to
was
be
like,
sheep. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, what is going on in there?
But you nailed it. It worked.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah.
On Friday, Netflix confirmed the record-breaking smash hit will return for a second season. Show creators and executive producers Alfred Goh and Miles Miller told Tudum.com in a recent interview how excited they are to, quote, dive headfirst into season 2. Telling the outlet, it's been incredible to create a show that has connected with people across the world. Thrilled to continue Wednesday's torturous journey into season 2. We can't wait to dive headfirst into another season and explore the kooky, spooky world of Nevermore. Just need to make sure Wednesday hasn't emptied the pool first. Access Hollywood chatted with Jenna back in December, and she opened up about why friends have always compared her to Wednesday Addams, what it was like filming with the OG Wednesday Addams herself, Christina Ricci, and how the Fallout star barely even recognized herself with the spooky transformation.
I have a very dry sense of humor, and I think that if you got to know me, you would find that I'm very negative or like depressing at times. I don't know, I've always kind of turned towards darker things, and I think it's kind of weird when you're in an industry like this too, because you feel the need to be so something else. But yeah, most people think I'm a little weird in that way.
I love to hear that. I mean, your colleagues, your coworkers, your co-stars have talked about your dry sense of humor, how much they love it, how sometimes they're like, wait, was that a line or was that Jenna just talking?
Yeah.
So it's awesome to see how much, you seem to relate to the character, at least when it comes to the humor. Working with the OG, Christina Ricci, talk to me a little bit about what it was like sharing scenes with her.
Christina Ricci is just such a talented actor. I've always been a fan of her work, and obviously it all started with Wednesday, so I think it was a little intimidating, definitely, trying to be Wednesday in front of Wednesday, or somebody that I've always looked at as that character. But also just her professionalism and the way that she carries herself. When you're working with someone who is so gifted at what they do, it kind of makes it easier, your own personal job easier, and kind of elevates everything, which it really was such a pleasure.
One thing that you both have in common is both having been child stars. I'm curious to know if that was something you guys bonded over. Did you talk about that?
It was weird. Christina came in kind of towards the end of the job. She had been on another job and then came in. And when we were working together, everything was moving at such a fast pace. So towards the end of the job, we both were pretty tired. She had just had a child. It was it was a lot. And we didn't talk too much about, we never once mentioned Wednesday. Any conversation that we had on set was very casual, like, oh, where are you from, sort of thing. And yeah, it was nice getting to know her.
You talked about some of the ways in which you relate to Wednesday. I want to talk a little bit about, she's such an iconic character, right? Like head to toe, the wardrobe, the hair. How did that help you sort of embody her? She's got bangs now.
Yeah, I've never had a character where I've done such a physical transition before, or one that required. I remember when we first got out to Romania, well, initially I had hair makeup tests with Tim in London, and we decided he knew that he wanted something visually to be different than past iterations. So the bangs came into play, which he really, really loved. I think that he liked it was kind of 60s mystery detective.
Yeah.
So that was different for me, and then the black hair, and then, yeah, there was a little bit more of a pale face, and the black and white wardrobe. It's funny because I remember on the first day looking in the mirror and not really recognizing myself, but then you do it for 8 months, and by the end you're just thinking, get it off of me.
Right. I'm done with this now. The deadpan look, I mean, it's iconic with Wednesday. You, oh my God, give it like no one else. It's so good. What's the key to the deadpan? For you, is it natural since, you know,
I think it's pretty natural. I think people don't realize how much people are engaging the muscles in their face all the time. Like, if you dropped all the muscles in your face, you just look sad. It's actually something that I do when I do horror. I just kind of like drop my face and my bangs move forward, and then it's pretty easy. But every time before we started to take, Tim liked when I looked through my eyebrows, so I would rest my face, look through the eyebrows, and then we would start. So it was like clean slate every time.